pretty sure Jen, myself, yeah, we could leave.
It's true.
Hello, tifties.
Hey, Justin, I know Amber was on that call with me. Were you there too?
The call that you and Jessica were in when you guys were
No,
helping Coco make a video about baby.
That's no Tifties. That's not what I'm talking about. I called you and asked you about the dumbass comment you tried to accuse Jess of doing digital blackface when it was really Aaron. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then you brought up the stuff with Coco and you claimed that I called you on Tuesday and begged you to have Jess not do the live. And then you said that I went into the Discord right after that and said, we have to do it now, which was a lie because I called you on Saturday before we had all the information. And when I sent you the screenshot of the call from that Saturday, you left the call conveniently.
Are you talking about the last call that I was in the Discord?
No, I'm talking about the call that we had. It was me, Amber, and I'm pretty sure Justin was there.
Are you talking about, was that the call where you guys called me about having a call with Travis because he gave Carissa's dad's information?
No, I called you because you said that we had done digital blackface with Randy's YouTube, and I wanted to know what you were talking about.
I would like to see proof that call happened then, because I don't recall
Justin was there, and so was Amber. I mean this in the most genuine of ways, because the events that occurred from April to June, do you have a memory loss issue? I'm being genuine.
I know what you're saying, but you guys don't ever produce any proof of these things. And Morgan, here's the thing.
Don't fucking gaslight with your desire to record every conversation. It's gross.
You edit your messages. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense, Tifties. No. Hold on, let me explain that again. No,
you're not going to, if you're going to speak over me, then I'm going to
answer.
Over you.
No, you're not going to paint a narrative about what happened. You asked me a question about why, and now I'm going to answer it. You don't get to paint the narrative that you want it to be. I deleted messages and edited them with Aaron, and I deleted a bunch with you and Randy because I didn't want you guys to have access to me anymore because I found out what Aaron was doing and I was violated to the core of my privacy. So I deleted them, and it took a lot of fucking time, and I got bored and I started changing them to call her a liar because she lied, and so did you.
You didn't change them because of that. If you wanted to send a message to Aaron, are you going to let me speak?
Tifties, you don't get to tell me. No.
This is what you always do. You want me to come up here and have a conversation. You spoke. I let you speak. And now you won't let me speak.
I just told you why I did it. I just told you why I did it.
I don't believe you.
You don't get to. Okay, but you don't get to tell me that it's not true because it's what I did. You're making up the reason why it happened, and I'm telling you what happened.
But you're also lying.
I am not lying.
I'm sorry, but nobody is slow enough to believe that.
That is ableist. How fucking dare you?
It's not ableist.
That is an ableist statement.
You are taking the word slow. You are taking against people with disabilities. It is.
Yes, it is.
It's a slur.
No, dumb. Not where I grew up. That's when people are playing dumb.
50s?
That is a phrase that's used.
You are using a slur.
That is a phrase that's used to talk about when people are playing dumb.
All of these people in this live, Renee, Justin, and Jen are all telling you right now that I told them that as I was doing it.
I'm going to respond to Dan first because I don't want to disrespect his life. I grew up in a very poor neighborhood. Maybe that's a result of poor education. But as a result of where I grew up and what I grew up around, when people say you're being slow or you're acting slow, it is in reference to people playing dumb about stuff that they know is true. But
the issue is historically that word was used.
Can I repeat? Can I finish my sentence?
The word was used for.
But I will go ahead and apologize because I do not want to offend anyone.
Okay. Now that we've got that, she's apologized. Let's allow each other to speak, and I will mute people if people, if it goes like 2 versus 1, we're not doing that. So that's why I'm muted. I don't want to mispronounce your name, Maji. So.
No, apologies. Like I said, I'm autistic, and that word has been used against my community for decades, and I do not appreciate it being used. The reason exists because of that. The exact thing, treating people who are enfeebled or considered enfeebled and who are autistic or mental illness, that's where the word comes from. That is the origin of that whole usage of that word. And I understand you might not have known that, but it is a slur.
Okay. That's why I apologized for it, because it doesn't matter what the intent was. It's the impact. I apologized for it.
Yeah, she's apologized. Let's move forward.
I do not believe, just because Morgan says that the reason why they edited the messages was to communicate some sort of message to Aaron, because what you could have done.
That's not what I said.
No, Morgan clocked it. Sorry, Tiff. Morgan edited the messages because Travis already told us that Aaron wanted all of our messages. And then Morgan edited it, talked to us. We came up with funny shit and we edited their messages. Now what?
I legitimately told Erin that I was done and to leave me alone, and she didn't care. So I went and I deleted my messages because I did not want her to have access to me. I am allowed to remove access of people who have actively caused me harm. And you know what? Just because you don't believe that that's true doesn't make it not true. So when you go on the internet and lie about the reason, because you've made up a reason that it happened, you don't know, you're not me, you made it up, you're just lying.
Hey Tiff, you saw no problem with the amount of DMs that Aaron dropped with like Bama and Janet and Jackie? Like so many fucking screenshots. We were in analysis paralysis and nobody gave a shit. That's not gross to you that your friend shares DMs?
You all did, though.
You would think that it would be gross to her that her bestie was reporting her videos.
Screenshots of a message? You're out of your mind, dude.
Okay. I do have the whole Discord. I have not dropped it because I have tried to show some restraint.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Disgusting that you have the whole Discord in a space where you agreed that that was wrong.
If you had me make those rules about being respectful, that's so gross.
Am I allowed to respond?
You're fucking
You guys had already broken. You guys had already broken the rules. Yes, you did, Morgan.
Just because you feel that someone broke the rules doesn't mean you get to violate it. I didn't violate your privacy. That is disgusting.
Yes, you have.
I think that there is something mentally wrong with you when you think it's I've never done anything that would violate your privacy.
Yes, you have.
50s.
Did you call me? Did you call me after I removed access from me?
I called
from you.
There were pictures of my child.
I don't care where you called me at, Morgan. I asked you guys to leave me the fuck alone.
No.
Did you guys respect
you? Did you? No. Did you respect me asking to be left alone when you were messaging J-Mitch, who asked you to leave her alone and saying that I was doing digital blackface when it was Aaron? Don't fucking play that game with me, Tiffany.
Randy has a screenshot of your login going in there. It says Morgan on it.
Tiffany.
But does he have the one of Aaron logging in there?
I was asked to upload a video on private so that they could post it. One time I did that, one fucking time, because Aaron asked me to.
Did you make the title?
No, it was uploaded to private.
That doesn't mean you didn't put a title. You have to put a title. So what title did you put?
I didn't put anything on there. What it was posted as was Aaron posting it. She said, upload it and I'll take care of the rest. And that's what I did.
What title did you put?
I put the date.
That's not what the title said. And at the time,
Aaron changed it, Tiffany.
And
I did what I was asked to do by Aaron. one time. And if you have a problem with someone posting and titling content to Randy's YouTube, then you need to talk to your little bestie. And while you're there, you should probably give her an opportunity to confess all of your besties. Give her the opportunity to confess all the time she was reporting your fucking videos when you guys were friends from those troll accounts. Over 100 times.
Well, Morgan, you're on video reporting people. After you said you didn't.
I reported alive even after Aaron left because they were calling her a whore. For fuck's sake.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, I've reported plenty of people.
Yes, that's why I reported her. Yes.
You also, I don't think that's why you reported her because you were already.
I don't care what you think about why I did it. I know what I was doing when I did it.
I have been in that Discord with you guys. I have watched you guys post other people's DMs, talk about other people. Okay. So this is not coming from a place of not already having experience with you guys.
We're talking
Morgan,
about posting everything on the internet.
Will you send me the screen recording that you took of that Discord? Because I don't have one. I don't think you have one. But Aaron and Tiffany have one. That's crazy.
Yeah, after they caused a bunch of problems, and instead of taking accountability and having the conversations and respecting the social contract, they chose to break it and break everybody's trust, which is why all of us have told y'all we don't want fuck to do with you.
Can I have 1 minute to have one serious question? There's pictures of my minor child that were in that Discord. Do you still have those?
No.
You said you have a recording of the whole Discord.
I took out what I needed of the Discord that wasn't people's personal stuff.
My messages were personal.
Oh, I'm going to need proof of that. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm going to need everything you have to prove that you don't have pictures of my minor child, please.
Well, if you
also in there, you also violated her
since you guys have continued to threaten me, you can send the police here and they can look at it.
Well,
nobody's threatening you. Can you just prove it? Like you're about to.
Well, that's not true because Morgan reported several people, including Dan and Rudy to the Rudy's wife to the FBI. Yes, she did.
We're talking about Moshy's child.
Why are we deflecting about my minor child, Tiffany? Why are we deflecting about my minor child? I gave you an answer.
You didn't like it, Maji. You said
send him the
send me what you have so you can prove it.
You want me to send you screenshots of the entire Discord?
Yeah.
I want you to send me everything you have in the Discord to prove you do not have pictures of my minor child.
Send me a link. Send me a link to a Google Drive. It's a lot to drop, but I can do it.
There are other people in here who are very concerned about their personal private life that you took from there.
Yeah, me too. I thought I could trust you guys too, but I could not.
Information out of the Discord, Tiffany, and I didn't. I never reported Rudy or Camille to the FBI. And yes, I did report Dan for the account that I took as a death threat. He's the only one. And guess what? I asked the police. I would only like to file a report in case something happens, and that's what they did.
Well, Tiffany wants to talk to anybody that took things out of the Discord.
You guys were taking. You guys said.
Get Aaron the fuck up here.
You guys sat there and said that nothing was supposed to be screenshotted and taken out of the Discord. Well, some of y'all were in Wiso's Discord taking shit out of that Discord and posting it in this Discord. So from the very fucking jump, this business that you guys said that you guys wouldn't take stuff out of people's Discords, you were already doing it.
Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany, you recorded the whole Discord. Will you send it to Mashi? He'll get you the Google Drive link. You're good.
I can't send the recording because I don't have the recordings anymore.
Wait, what?
You didn't listen to what I said.
Convenient.
I said I recorded it.
Google Drive to drop it off.
I said I recorded it. I said I screenshotted it, and then I deleted people's shit out of it because there were pictures and stuff like that. The whole reason I went to that Discord that morning and did that is
because
I just said I would send it, but you asked me for a video, so I'm clarifying. I no longer have any videos. I went through and screenshotted.
Just so you know, we're all listening to you lie in real time. It's fucking wild.
When?
What do you mean, when?
When did you take the fucking screenshots of my kids and then decided to delete their fucking pictures?
I screen recorded it the morning. I woke up in the morning.
And you couldn't pause it? You couldn't pause it before you got to pictures of my kids?
There were
That's fucking
pictures of my
disgusting.
kids. There were
I don't
pictures
care
of
what your
my
You
context
were
is. That's fucking
recording.
disgusting.
You were recording. You put those pictures in of your own volition and then you recorded. You did. So you took pictures of your own kids? What the fuck are you? Those are my children. And I shared a space with you thinking that it was somewhere where I would
my
be
kids were safe
to
too,
be.
but they were not.
Did not
Tiffany?
take pictures of your children or anything out of that Discord. The thing that I did in that Discord was go in there and spread fucking positivity to make it so that y'all guys felt uplifted.
Spreading positivity?
Tifties?
Miss Diesel, you can miss me with that because this is what I'm talking about. There's this.
No, Tifton, please, can you please mute her and let Mrs. Diesel finish? Because
Go ahead.
My thing is this.
These are
Diesel.
please talk
I meant-
whenever they
I meant-
muted everybody so that I could.
Yes, there you go. You're Mrs. Diesel.
I trusted y'all guys in that Discord. And I went in there I don't even remember the name of the channel, but it was for like, if you forgot something. And the things that I put in there was, if you forgot, you are still a wonderful person. If you forgot today, I hope you have an amazing day. Like, that was the shit that I was putting in there. And I put pictures of my children in there because I thought that we had a mutual agreement that that was a place for safety and for caring for each other. That's what I thought it was. I thought we were there to uplift each other.
And I left the Discord because I was not comfortable with certain things that were happening in there. But my pictures of my kids were still in there. And you're telling me that you had them at one fucking point? Why did you even go into the sections where we're just sharing pictures of each other's kids and parts of our life and record that? That had nothing to do with any of the drama that was created in there. That's fucked. That is completely fucked.
You could have
Fuck
paused
you for
the
doing that.
recording and scrolled past the picture and then recorded again.
Can I answer now?
Answer now. Yes.
Okay. So there are some of the channels that I did not record. I don't know who it was mostly like the side chat and the general chat.
You should know what you recorded if
can I fucking finish?
you could have some empathy for the pain you've caused Miss Diesel. It's unbelievable that you're going to sit here and defend it while Mrs. Diesel is giving you very real and raw emotions. It's fucking sick.
Okay.
And because I'm not getting emotional, that's not a problem. You are the same people who took private shit of Aaron's outside the server. Miss Diesel, you're the same person that went up in London's live and said, why don't we make a candle with cucumbers and yeast infection?
So is that why you
That's not what I said.
Well, what did you say?
I said cucumbers and lies, and it was in the comments.
Well,
I'm
is that why
confused
you
how
go
back and check?
by what you're accusing Miss Diesel of doing. It gave you the right to just like record all of our conversations in private messages.
And I don't understand
before.
how
Well,
you're
but-
involved
Justin,
in
I'll
any of
tell
this.
you why. I'll tell you why, but I've never gotten a chance to answer because you guys are doing the dogpiling thing. But it's because Morgan accused me of a setup because a black woman set a boundary with them and they wanted to do that live anyway. And then when that black woman, no, I'm not done yet. When that black woman set a boundary and said, no, I'm not going to have a white woman talking about race. It impacts the most marginalized people are black women. She accused me of setting that up because a black woman wanted to speak on an issue.
When did she
stick to one topic?
And by the way, when are you going to take the video calling Coco a predator down, Morgan?
Tiffany, we're going to focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah, because you guys want to focus on other people's behavior and not on yours.
Tifties, when did Coco tell me that?
We were in a voice call, me, you, Kari and Jessica, and you guys were helping her make a video. And Kari was talking. I'm answering your question. Kari was talking about the upcoming live, which Kari had talked about publicly in Randy's live, and we have that live where Kari said, "I would prefer."
I have that live, and
I'm
Kari
going
said,
to. Am I going to get to finish? Because we watched the whole thing several times where Kari said, I would prefer for it to happen in Randy's live. ICWA is on the table, and we do not need people having conversations about predators and involving that with indigenous identities that those women were using. She says in Randy's live, and that was publicly. So you were talked to about it publicly, and you were talked to about it in that call.
No, what Kari said to me was to go ahead and host the live. And then in the live, Kari said to me that that I was doing a great job, that this live was going great. And oh, by the way, the person who was in charge of how that was being handled wasn't Kari, it was J Mitch. And it's too fucking bad for them, because I don't have anything to do with them beyond the small conversation I had on the Wednesday before when she told me to host the live, that it should be talked about. So don't fucking gaslight me. And oh, by the way, that is not a reason for you to cause harm to 20 other people in a Discord by recording their private shit and making them feel the way you've made Diesel and other members of that Discord feel. You're fucking sick.
I felt the same way. I felt the same way with pictures of my kids in there and someone telling me that I set them up and knowing that they'd already shared stuff outside of the server.
Nobody did anything with pictures of your children. Nobody recorded them.
And I haven't either, Morgan. I haven't either.
You did record them. You just
But you know what you guys did do? You did make a troll account with Aaron's child's information on it.
No, we didn't.
The baby registry.
You
knew about it. Jessica did it, and you guys knew about it. You guys knew about it the whole time.
You don't get to blame me.
Did you know about it, Morgan? Did you know about it?
You don't get to blame me for something another grown-ass adult may have done. And I will not be discussing with you the private conversations I had about that exact topic, because I don't owe you shit for that. I didn't do it. I wasn't responsible for it, and I didn't make content for it.
But you were in the server while it was being made, and you were being made aware of it being made as it was happening. And it still went up, and it still got posted.
Let me guess. Kelsey Angelina told you that, right? Guess what? She lied to you.
Quiet. I'm going to say something. As someone who has had, when I've been in group chats and had people go in and record everything, it is, and I'm not saying you did this, but it is unacceptable, and probably violates the regulations of Discord to go in and take people's children's photos. If anybody did that, you need to go in to your hard drive, to your phone, whatever it is, you need to delete it immediately. And there needs to be an apology. That is, I don't want to hear an excuse as from anybody. Well, I did it because, no, those are minor children. Mm-hmm. I don't even know people like Mrs. Diesel. I have no idea who she is, but I can hear the pain in her voice as a mother. And whoever has done that, if you've done it, have a little bit of humility, go in, delete it. And if you can provide evidence of deleting it, if you find that you have it, just provide it. So these people feel better, because they're going to be anxious until they find out whether or not somebody has photos and videos of their children. These are children.
Can I respond to you, Luna?
No.
Yes.
Can I talk? Because I got to drop because I have a family. I'm going to say this once. If Maji doesn't get that recording soon, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my shit. I have done nothing. I have taken nothing out of any Discord. I've shared nothing, but photos of my kid are in that Discord. And I swear to God, if you have photos of my kid and he doesn't get those, shit's going to hit the fan, and it's not going to be pretty, because I have done nothing. I need you to send that recording now, right now. No more talking, because all that comes out of your mouth is bullshit. Okay? I need that recording now. And if my son is in that, I swear to God, it's not going to be pretty. Send it now. Now! My fucking kid was in that! My kid was in that! My minor child! I did nothing to you! Nothing ever! Take our fucking kids out of that now! Right fucking now! Send it now! I don't want to hear any fucking thing out of your mouth anymore! Take it out! Now! Send it to him!
I've already said that the videos have been deleted. I took screenshots of pertinent information out that people were lying about, and I've already deleted it. So how can I go back and prove that I deleted something?
I'm leaving. I can't do this because I'm not going to sit here and listen to a white woman sit here and continue to explain to me about my freaking person of color minor child and what she did or did not do to fucking pictures. I'm fucking done.
Okay. Well,
The exact
Well,
sentence.
Luna, I'm going to go ahead and respond to you. The morning that I woke up and I had been... Okay.
hello?
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
What?
The morning that...
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying not to get emotional. Whenever all this was going on, this group of people, I trusted them too. I was in the middle of giving a statement about my CSA story, and they all knew that. I asked them for time
Shut
away.
your fucking white woman tears up, tifties.
I was in the middle of giving a deposition in regards to that. I have proof that I was going through that. I have proof that they knew that. They had called me into a call. I kept asking me why I wasn't coming to this call, so I went. It was 54 minutes of them sitting there and screaming at me and telling me that I set them up because a black woman came into a live and said, "You are not going to speak on race without a black person responding to it." They were accusing me of all kinds of shit when I went in that call. It was like 4 a.m. I woke up out of my sleep thinking, my kids' pictures are in there. My stuff is in there. I don't trust them. I feel like they're going to lie. They're saying that I set them up. I feel like I'm about to be set up, and I wanted proof of the things that I said and did, and they said and did back, because I felt like that's what was about to happen to me. I screen recorded everything, and then I went through and screenshot the important parts and deleted it a long time ago. I have never posted any of their private stuff that they shared in there.
Oh,
And
that
wouldn't.
is rich.
But you know what they did do? They did post a victim, an innocent victim that had nothing to do with this. Jessica posted her Dr. Phil episode to try to get back at me, someone who had nothing to do with this. They posted that.
It's a Dr. Phil episode. It's out in the public, world.
Karen, do you think that makes it okay for you guys to have used that to get back at me?
Okay, so what does a Dr. Phil episode have to do with anyone possibly recording somebody's
Okay,
children?
it doesn't. I got rid of what was people's private stuff a long ass time ago. What I'm asking you, Luna, is I can apologize and say, I'm sorry for going in and recording it. That I'm telling you why I was in a panic about it.
Okay.
And I recorded it. I've screenshotted. I don't have anybody's private stuff. I really don't have a way of proving that because the video's been deleted.
Okay.
Can
I speak now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, everybody, but I want to point out, everybody, please, let's try not to do you're a white woman, blah, 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 because I'm not hearing how right at this second race is playing an issue with people's kids. So let's try to keep that under control, please.
I do want to say one thing before she says anything. I have never once posted anybody's kids. I have never once posted any of their private stuff. But what has been posted about me was I shared that about my friend who had been trafficked. They knew Jessica was making that video. They knew she posted it and they let it stay up, and they did that shit to purposely hurt me. So when we're talking about what people would do, I've never done that to them, but they did do it to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you post private conversations between me, you, and Aaron and Randy?
Hold on, Susie. Can I speak? Can I have my say first?
Of course.
I joined that server. You were in that server. One of the rules that we came up with that you were adamant about, that you was one of the most important things for you, was part of the social contract that you said was the most important thing in that server, was that nothing ever would get recorded and removed from that server. Did people bring things from other servers in there? Yes, they did. But that server that things got taken from did not have the social contract that you insisted on. And you betrayed every single fucking one of us by recording our private information, the things we shared, our private stories, our thoughts, our demons, the things we needed assistance with when we were having problems. We uplifted each other. We supported each other. Did we make fun of people? Yes, we fucking did, because that's what you do in private. Did some of it get taken a little too far? Yeah, some of it got taken a little too far. But it was stayed within the Discord because we had a social contract. Not one of us ever brought anything out of that Discord. Not one of us. Ever. Except for you and Aaron. You fucking betrayed every single one of us. You are a fucking hypocrite.
I would like to respond to what you
I'm
just
not
said,
done.
Karen.
I'm not done. You are holding every single person in this group accountable for something that Jessica did.
You guys watched her do it.
Shut up!
It's not just that Jessica did it.
Shut the fuck up!
It's not just that Jessica did it, and I will not shut up.
Shut up! Let me fucking speak, Tifties! You are holding us accountable for something that Jessica did. That we told her not to do, but she did it anyway. People in that server told her not to do it. And she did it anyway. She's a grown-ass fucking adult. None of us had any control over what she did. And we told her not to fucking do it. And she did it anyway. And what did you people do? You put a street view of people that you claimed to care deeply about and be friends with, street views of their homes in a video with the person who shot them. You put videos up.
Nope, you're not going to do that. No. I did not put videos up, and I was not involved in that.
Erin put videos up, all right?
No, she didn't.
Then who did that? Who did it?
I don't know, Karen.
Why? No. Why? What?
Why was her Google information at the bottom of the screenshots?
Let me explain something to you, Karen. Let me explain something to you how I know Aaron did not do that. Aaron did admit to going to Morgan's partner's page and taking a picture of the screenshot of that page and sending it to Randy. Randy's admitted receiving it. Randy's admitted posting it. Okay.
I'm not talking about that video.
Please let me finish. In that screenshot, Erin's Google information is on there. It's her face. It's her face. The receipt that is the claim that Erin is the one that made these troll accounts is an E for Erin. That is not evidence that someone did something. That is not proof, especially when people have been manipulating text messages and other shit. It's not. She has sworn to me it's not her.
Oh, her swearing on something is about as fucking...
I do not believe she did that. I do not believe she did that. But you have to also understand that you guys were beefing with all these people. That's back when you were beefing with Susie and London and other people too. Hey. I don't know who all you were beefing with because I was getting my fucking piece.
Just as my name was brought up, tifties. The reason Karen and I were beefing was because of you.
No, no. The reason, no. Let's talk about that too, then, Karen. Do you want to talk about the night that you called me upset and you were like, "Well, who told you about Santos?" And I said, "Karen, it was you. You're the one that told me about it because we had a phone call with another TikToker. I'm not going to bring her into this because she doesn't have anything to do with this. You asked to have a call." And then she had to get off the call. And then you proceeded to tell me all these stories about London. You have to own that, though.
No. It was, you brought something up. And I said, yeah, that you brought something up. And I said, that was me. That was about...
I don't know who Santos is and didn't even know him, Karen, until you told me about it.
But you didn't have a problem coming to me, Tiff, and saying that people that I was close to were now flipping on me because I'm over here digging up information, and you intentionally used Santos's name. And then made it seem like Karen had come to you and I had done something wrong.
It was a fucking organic conversation, Tifties.
But you don't get to say it was me that brought it up. I didn't even know who the fuck that was, Karen.
You brought it to me, Tiff.
It was an organic conversation that we had.
What's that have to do with the person who said it? I didn't even know who the fuck that was. And I certainly didn't. I hadn't even talked to you when you got in a live and you held up a picture of candles and called London the C word. Yes. I didn't even fucking talk to you really back then.
You had, Tiff. It was earlier then. The reason Karen did that is because you messaged me talking about Santos and how I just do things because I'm me. Yes, to start the conversation, but you were the one that wrote the message about Santos. I didn't say shit about Santos. You did.
Yeah, I did.
You then made it out like Karen had come to you and said, London's doing all these evil things. You started that message, Tiff. So
it's not my fault that other people have come and said that you were evil. I had my own experience with you, London, and my opinion is you will never be good. You had a side group chat in which you had a bunch of people in there, and you were posting pictures of only BIPOC men. I have an issue with that, and I don't want nothing to do with you because of that.
No, I wasn't. Dan, help me out here.
Tifties, we had a conversation that was an organic conversation where I revealed something to you that was very personal that had happened to me. And I revealed to you that London helped me with that situation. And I will never not appreciate that, no matter how I felt about her ever. Karen. I have always said I appreciated what she did to me. I didn't say that it was malicious, that she was doing it in a malicious manner. I talked about how she helped me figure out something that was one of the most devastating things that has ever happened to me in my life. She assisted me in something, and you took that and you weaponized it against her, which she then came to me and sent me a message where I was already on a mental health spiral, and the message that she sent me even further down. And so I reacted in a live. I was in, someone said something, and I reacted. And that's why I held up the sign, because you went to her and you weaponized what I had shared with you personally.
Karen, are we going to pretend
shared my personal story?
You were in the Discord. You guys were all reading the messages that London was sending me as I was sending them back to her. What are you talking about?
Karen, take a breath. Take a breath, Karen. Take a breath.
You guys all knew I was texting back and forth with London. You knew what the text was saying. We were sitting there discussing it.
I wasn't in the server yet, tifties.
Take a breath, Karen. Take a breath.
I wasn't in that server yet.
I don't know when you came into the server, but Karen, you did know. You did know that I was having a conversation with London. I was sharing with you what was going on back and forth. And this here is the
didn't. Because I then called you. I asked to have a conversation with you like a week later after I had held up the sign about London. And because in my head, I couldn't figure out the timeline of how everything happened.
Well, your timeline is messed up again because Karen, you didn't call me and have that conversation and ask me who told me about Santos until after I left the server.
Yeah, I know, because my brain was trying to figure out the timeline of how I talked to you, and then you talked to London, and then London sent me the message. I was trying to figure out the timeline of how it all happened. And in my brain, Super Bowl Sunday wasn't on the day that Super Bowl Sunday was actually on. And that's why it fucked up my head, because we talked on Super Bowl Sunday. But that's neither here nor there. But the point is that I shared something intimate and personal to me. And you took that story and you went and weaponized it against London, which was a massive betrayal. I was not, if you were sharing shit in a server, I was not in that server, so I had no idea what you were doing. I didn't join that server until after all of this started.
But Karen,
because I was messaging Morgan in Messenger and going back and forth with her about things, and they were talking about it in the server, and I was talking about it and then finally Morgan was like, "Why don't you just come in the server?" And I was like, "That sounds cool. I'll join the server." It was long after all of this started.
Karen, we had two different conversations.
Yes, I know.
Hold on. We had a conversation where there was a young lady that was in on the call with us, and then she dropped, and we had a conversation where you told me about Santos. Okay. Then we had another. I actually misspoke. I think I said it was a Discord conversation. It was not. It was Instagram. Then we had another conversation.
I've never had an Instagram call with you.
You did have an Instagram call with me. You did. I'm going to step in for a minute because everybody's concerned that Karen needs to take a break. And I'm just, because they keep reaching out. Karen, is it okay if you take a couple minutes and let somebody else speak, because they just want you to calm down?
I'm fine.
I would like to read the message that Tiff sent me.
Okay, why don't you do that?
I would love to hear it.
Okay. It says, the two messages I sent prior said, "I've never spoken my real name on the app. I just wanted to let you know, sorry for bothering you." Tiff responded, "I've heard you say it. You told us in one of the first lives of yours I ever came to. Now, I don't know how many other times or places you've said it, but you're gonna gaslight me. Also, I find it funny that you want to sit here and act like you haven't done a deep dive into Santos and others. People are snitching. You are better off taking accountability and offering apologies. I don't know what's happened to you since you've been on here, but this is not the London I met. I wrote, Santos, wow, no idea how that can be used against me when I was asked to do that as a friend asked me to. Clearly they're not a friend. I haven't deep dived into anyone else. The response that Tiff wrote was, well, that's not what your friends are saying. I'm not stupid, London. Despite your comment about you having a different education level, you got called out on a live by Irish. Did you not think people were going to start getting nervous and telling? Do you want to explain why Gary Moshe left the agency? I thought you said it didn't exist.
What was the word she used? That people are what on her? I lost it.
Snitching.
Snitching. I didn't snitch on London. We had an organic conversation where something came up and I told you that she helped me figure out that I was being manipulated by a narcissist who was isolating me from everyone else. And you took that information and you weaponized it and you twisted what happened and you weaponized it against London for whatever little beef you had with her. At which point she, getting the information from you, as if I went to you and went, hey, guess what? London did a deep dive on Santos. And that's not what happened, is it? Is it? No, it's not. So London, of course, I would be pissed if I got that message as well. So she sent me a message that hurt me. And so I reacted and I held up that sign because my mental health was fucking in the toilet. And then that just fucking was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I had a fucking mental, I don't even know, fucking break. It fucking broke me. And I reacted. Because you weaponized something I told you in confidence.
Am I allowed to respond now?
Go ahead.
If you're going to defend yourself, I would recommend apologizing first.
I don't know how you could possibly defend that, but go right ahead and try.
Well, it's not about defending it, Karen. You knew that London was messaging me. We had one conversation where the other young lady was there. She dropped, and you told me initially some things about London looking people up, because at the time London was going into lives and saying that she doesn't look people up. That's not something she has ever done. You said that's not true because she did that when there was this situation, and you told me about the Santos situation. Then we had a second IG call.
I don't know your IG. I have never spoken to you on IG.
I don't believe it was Discord. I'm pretty sure it was IG, but I can try to go back and look and see if I have anything on that. Okay. We had a second call though, in which London had first tried messaging me on my backup. She got blocked. Then she used her original candle company business one to reach out to me. And I had a call with you and I told you, London's reaching out to me. That was after you had done the candles and you're a C word.
No, it was not.
What was the dates? I'm going to look it up real quick.
The dates in which you and I had a conversation was February 14th. The signs went up on, I believe, the 22nd of February. I do have the screenshots.
Yeah, I want to jump in real quick and confirm that this whole I mean, granted, I don't know the backstory, but I can confirm the timeline. The conversation with Santos or whatever was brought up before the signs were ever even a thing. I can confirm that.
Karen put those signs up in a live after I had messaged Karen and said it was a mistake and I regretted helping her, which to this day, I will never regret that, Karen. And I am so grateful that we were able to sit on the phone. And I'm so grateful that I was able to help you figure that out.
And
I'm not saying that you shouldn't have. I'm not saying that wasn't right. I have looked up people, okay? I think it was right to get a predator off the app. But London, what you're saying is that what you were saying at the time is that you don't do that. And it wasn't just this instance that you did that, because you told Irish that you regularly look people up to make sure that they're not pedophiles and stuff on the app. No,
I didn't. The conversation between me and Irish is that I've known Irish's identity for 3 years. There's someone else in this live that can confirm both me and her have known Irish's identity. I have never done anything with it. Irish held a live saying that my agency wasn't shit because I refused to tell him who he was. That is where the conversation started. That is all the conversation was. I have never been on a live saying I look people up because they might be pedos.
How many people have you looked up, London?
For purposes of other people.
What's that?
For purposes of people asking me to.
Oh. No, how many people have you looked up?
On my own accord, or that people have asked me to?
Well, people have asked me to look. People that were in that server asked me to look people up. So, I mean, I don't think that matters. I'm asking you.
The point that London's trying to get to, Tiff, is like the Santos case was somebody asked her to. Her doing it of her own accord is whether or not it's for malicious or not intent. To help somebody else is not malicious. So she's asking you, and under what circumstance you're inquiring about.
Well, Crystal, that's the thing, because whenever I was in this server, I'm being told, oh, this person is dangerous to me. Can you look them up? And then I would. Actually, me and Justin, and I don't know who else looked people up, but Justin had a different lookup thing than what I did. So both Justin and I have, on behalf of people in that server that asked us to, looked people up.
Anything like that.
But it doesn't seem like that's...
Justin doesn't have anything like that. Quite
okay, but London asked you a question and you're deflecting after I extrapolated on her question. So can you just answer the question, Tiff?
I'm asking how many people she looked up. Both.
Both.
How many people have you looked up upon people's request and not upon people's request?
On my own, probably 4 or 5. I can probably name them. At the request of others, probably 3. 2 of them were to find someone who is a relative that they lost contact with. So,
okay,
7 total.
Okay.
How many times has that information made it to TikTok? None.
Hey, Dan, can I just address this real
London,
quick? I'm going to drop down. I don't want to sit in the box.
You looked at my information because I made you do it.
I don't have a People Finder, Truth Finder, or whatever account. Tiff has one as part of her business. Have I looked people up? Yeah, using Google. Who hasn't? I didn't pay for a service, and that's pretty shitty, Tiff. But I
didn't say pay for a service, Justin, but you did go to a People Finder. I can't remember which one it's called, but I definitely believe that I have a screenshot of that.
I literally use Google.
Well, this wasn't Google. This file wasn't from Google, but okay.
Okay, we'll prove it. Even if I did, I don't
if you Google something and you click on a link, it's going to take you to some kind of website. So if he Googled it, he's got to click on a link to get more information. So that doesn't mean he goes to that website every time. Use your brain.
Yeah, and anything most of all those sites are paid for. Never
from
paid
that service, so
never pay for one of the services. You use one as part of your notary business. You've told everybody.
Yeah,
I love how you're trying to put my notary business out there again, because you guys don't care. The same things that you guys accuse
name of your
people
notary
of.
business. Stop it. You're like rage farming.
Tiff,
You've said you're a notary public. Like you've said
I'm
it
not.
live.
I'm actually not anymore. I don't have time for that.
Okay, then you were. I don't.
Given how much time you spend on TikTok, I would imagine not.
We had a
How
whole
much time I spend on TikTok, Crystal? I've been working 12-hour shifts, 5 or 6 days a week for months. That's why you guys don't get hardly any responses from me.
Dan,
I've
go
also
ahead and
just
speak.
decided that half of this shit is just shit you guys are never going to admit to. You know, it's not you guys bring up that since we're
do I need
talking
to
about
admit to,
posting
Tiff?
people's shit.
What do I need to admit to? Tell me what I need to admit to.
Let's go.
It's Dan's live. He has something he wants to say. Can he say it?
Thank you, Karen. I just want to say, Tiff, did you or did you not sit in a live with me, Lizzie, and Randy, where you were talking about how other people use these websites to do deep dives, and it's expressly in the terms and conditions of said websites that you're not to use the information for malicious purposes?
Yep, it sure is.
Yeah, it's in every website.
So I'm being Switzerland here, so I'm gonna say that everything is alleged because I have no proof either way. So I just want to put that out there. But if you know that, why would you then use these websites through whatever business you may or you have now or have had in the past? If you know that's in the terms and that's in the terms and conditions.
Okay, let me respond.
I think that's a very fair question. I think that's a very fair question.
Sure. Let me respond to that. So, I have it as as like kind of a fail safe for me, so that I don't so when I had my business, I didn't have to use my E&O insurance because somebody lied to me about their identity. But it's not something that's not available to everyone. You could go and you could pay for it if you wanted to and look up anybody that you wanted to. There were people in the server that had asked me to look up people that were a danger to them. Now, I'm going to clarify something that I never said before, because I was kind of like protecting someone, but I'm not going to protect them anymore. They're the ones that did this. I never sent Rudy's information to Aaron. Those text messages are not between me and Aaron. Those text messages are between Aaron and Sam.
Okay, so it's funny that you brought Rudy up, because that was actually something that I was going to mention. Wait, hold on. No, let me finish. You have sat on multiple lives and said that Rudy is lying about you using your job to look people up, when now to me all it sounds like that he got wrong was the job that you used to look people up.
No, that's incorrect, Dan, because I didn't use my business. First of all, I don't write it off on those business taxes because it's not a requirement, so they wouldn't pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I do that for my own peace of mind, but Rudy specifically said that my job at a cell phone store was used and that equipment there was used, which can't even be done. Let's start with the fact that Rudy first, his initial claim was that I used my job to look up at his information, but he has Verizon and I didn't work at Verizon. So that was the initial problem. Then he stated that I tried to sign him up for service and that's how I got his information. That's also not how that works either. You have to have somebody's ID and you can't just type in their information. You actually have to scan both sides of it with an iPad to determine that it's not like like it has to be a real ID, like the little temporary paper IDs, they won't work. It has to be a real and regular ID. That is why I had an issue with Rudy's claim, is because that claim, and this is per my attorney, that claim can hurt me professionally over a long period of time, or permanently. And he was to make that claim. I never, and just to elaborate on been verified that I do have, that I have used to look people up, I never looked Rudy up. Never.
Well, what I'm saying is that there might have been some key facts that Rudy got wrong. And granted, I'm no fan of Rudy. I got my own personal issues with him. But what I'm saying is that he might have gotten some key facts wrong. But it's sounding to me like at the core point that he was trying to make was accurate.
No, because I never looked him up. Someone else had his information. That information was passed to Aaron. Actually, Morgan did come to me and ask for it. And I said I wouldn't look him up. I said I wouldn't give that information either. That's why Morgan had to go to somebody else, because I wasn't going to do that. Morgan said that Camille had made a threat and they were concerned about that and they wanted to file whatever it was that they filed on you. And Aaron thought, well, that's a legitimate enough reason to give over that information. And she gave it, but it never came from me.
Hey, just to go back to what you just said.
Wait. Hold on, London. Hold on real quick. Because just like a month ago, y'all said that it was me. So now it's Aaron? Which is it?
Jen, we're not talking about the pictures. We're talking about his information.
Y'all said that I was the one that gave out his information.
No, I said that you were the one that posted pictures in the Discord first of Rudy, and you did.
No, I didn't, but that's a whole other issue. But, ma'am.
The side chat got automatically deleted every night, so I know there's no proof of that. But what I will say is this.
On fire? Is your pants on fire? Are they on fire?
Just to go back very quickly. Sorry, Crystal. You said about Notary Republic. Or Notary Public, and you said about errors and omissions insurance. Your Notary Public requirement in your state stops when someone provides you identity. You're not required to verify whether they lied about their identity. That's not what the state.
No, that's not true either.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so Crystal, I don't mean to cut anybody off, but
What state are you
had her
in?
hand up for a while.
I'm in Illinois. I just retook the class. We have to do our due diligence in
Tiff, you're
ensuring.
talking over Dan, the host. You're so rude. But my hand was up because I don't know how Tiff made an explanation about websites to look up people and totally glossed over the fact that those actual websites, regardless if you pay for them for a business or not, tell you not to use them for malicious intent.
Right.
And you didn't actually touch on that actual fact at all, which was the question.
But I just said that. You said I said that. So I did touch on that. You cannot use them.
You talked about the
for
website.
malicious
You didn't
intent.
talk about.
Yeah. So please provide me with an example where I've used it for malicious intent.